Hey there, YouTube. Heir of Carthage here. Gonna bring you some more Shogun 2 Total War. I am playing as my own clan. Yeah, I always get ready to say like I'm playing as the, and then because I'm used to saying like a country or faction. But I guess I'm playing as the Apache clan. So in any case, let me show you the army I brought. It's actually, a lot of you have been getting mad, and you're like and I always say foaming at the mouth. I don't literally mean it. But some of you are like, for goodness sakes, quit bringing the same units to the battlefield. Well, it's because I'm comfortable with the units I like, so I always bring them, and I'm used to using them. But eventually, now that I have unlocked pretty much all the units, I think I have like the bow hero and maybe one other thing to unlock, I'll start bringing some different units. So to satisfy that craving for some of you here, I have 4 matchlock samurai in front of my army. My infantry component is pretty standard, though. I have, I think, oh dang, I don't remember. Yeah, 4 katana samurai. But they're all upgraded katana samurai. And then I have 2 spear units. Both of them are, this one's the Proud Apaches, and this one's my Apache spear wall. Let's see what katana units I brought, because I forgot. I got Apache sword brethren. Yeah, excuse me if I cough. I've been sick, so I have Katana You Face. That one's a pretty classless name that I came up with. Who else do I have? Let's see, Apache Sword Brother. No, I guess I only have 3 Katana Samurai. Yeah, I came blind on infantry. And then I have 2 extremely upgraded cavalry units. I have my 1st Apache's Guards, and then I have 1st Apache's Horse. And then, of course, the Patcher himself. I'm still waiting on the Patch to fix his armor. Let's go take a look at my opponent's army, at least what's visible of it. Up front, he has 3 bow samurai. People seem to really favor the bow samurai, and I'm kind of thinking it's because they have the flaming arrows, but I haven't really found any particular use for bow samurai. You can beat them with bow ashigaru, so especially experienced bow ashigaru. And bow samurai seem to just be, in my opinion, a little bit too expensive for what they deliver. But I don't know. Bow samurai would be pretty devastating against warrior monks. Sorry, my throat will clear up here in a second. Yeah, they would be pretty devastating against warrior monks. And you can see too that he wasted his flaming arrows while I was running, and it didn't cause near as much damage to my men as he could have. Plus, to be honest, if I were going to use flaming arrows, I wouldn't use them unless I had a shot at the enemy infantry. And the reason I say that is because archers aren't near as big a deal in this game. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're important. But if I were going to use flaming arrows, I would use it on the enemy infantry, because a nice solid flaming arrow shot at enemy infantry can reduce their numbers by like 25 or 30%. Alright, I went and got some water so I could quit coughing in your ear. I can't promise it won't happen again, though, as I can already feel my throat being kind of scratchy. So I'll try and drink some water throughout. Like right there. So you're going to have to put up with partly sick air, unless you just want me to quit my videos altogether, because that's your only option. So yeah, I have my matchlock samurai out front in loose formation, and my opponent is scared to death of these guys, and well, I mean, maybe it's not just my matchlock samurai. The main reason why I wanted to even show you this battle is because, to be honest, this battle actually just irritated me really bad. But I wanted to show it to you because I wanted you to see a strategy that I particularly don't like, and it's not really effective unless you do it properly. And in my opinion, my opponent didn't do it properly. So, of course, now if I'm not coughing, I got the cat crawling right in front of the screen, so let me move him out of the way. So yeah, in any case, once I get past all the technical difficulties here, we can get down to the strategy. Alright, so yeah, you can see my opponent just continuously runs away from me, and it's because he's, like I said, he's scared to death of my matchlock samurai. You can see that he's given a couple of my matchlock samurai a pretty good beating, or at least one of them, and then another one's lost 30 men, so I mean, I've lost quite a few men. And I think that he thinks by skirmishing away from me like this, that he somehow stands a better chance of winning the fight. And some of you might think, well, he does, but I strongly disagree. Like right here, I guess he has 2 bow samurai and a bow ashigaru. Sorry, I got that wrong. There's his bow ashigaru. I just took a big chunk out of them. He sent his spear unit up to to fight my cav, so I had to pull out of there. But I mean, look how far away his skirmish units are from his army. It's only a matter of time before I catch his skirmish component out of formation. I'm going to fast forward because some of you may be saying, geez, when is this guy going to turn around and fight you? Well, that's why I put it in fast forward, because you still have quite a little while to wait. In fact, I'll just go ahead and take another drink of water while you're watching this guy back up. Now, my matchlock samurai aren't really going to take too much of a beating there in the woods. Here you're going to see me just using my cavalry to disrupt my opponent, and there's the problem with using a spear unit to protect your archers, is that he only had one spear unit, and I can just simply outmaneuver him with my cavalry. You can see I knocked his bow Ashigaru out of the fight, and they are going to rout. I think they did come back into the fight, but I'm not sure whether they play a whole lot more role in the battle. So now my opponent is down to 2 bow units, not poo bow units. Anyway, yeah, he's down to those 2 bow units, and he's continuously running away from me. There he shoots his flaming arrows again, and once again, in my opinion, a big waste, because he didn't really cause a whole lot of damage. He's shooting flaming arrows at men who are in loose formation, and as long as it takes for that to recharge, I just don't think it's a good use. And you'll also notice that I am getting shots off at his bows every time that he stops, and also Patchy is firing with his bows. So my opponent's skirmishing here. Like I said, he thinks that he's accomplishing something, but he's really not. I'm killing a lot of his bowmen, and it's not really affording him anything other than him just constantly having to run his army away. I don't know if he's just like hoping that I can't control my army, or that maybe he'll just get lucky and catch me off balance or something. I'm not sure what he's hoping for, but he's just taking more and more casualties by doing it, and I really don't think it's doing anything for him. But I just wanted to show you how much he ran, and yeah, that's why I'm not zooming in right now either. Like I said, because you're not missing anything. It's just me constantly chasing my opponent around the battlefield. And to be honest, I mean, there's really no reason for my opponent to run. I was going to sit there and skirmish with him. He would have killed a good number of my matchlock samurai. He might have even won that fight. I don't know. I mean, matchlock units are kind of tough on this game, but they're outranged by bow units. And so, I mean, there's only so much effectiveness that they can have. So my opponent keeps trying to catch my cav, but I won't let him. And here, he takes up position in the center of the field, which, this is kind of interesting. My opponent started right here. He ran all the way to the back line, all the way across the back line, all the way up through this forest, and now he's like almost right back where he started, so this battle's pretty much come full circle. And to be honest, I'm getting quite irritated with chasing my opponent, and sorry, I always say to be honest. I'll try to quit. And once again, he fires all of his flaming arrows into my men on loose formation. I just really feel like that's a waste. Let me show you what the rest of his army is. He's got 1 matchlock samurai, and so in the beginning he had 4 bows and a matchlock samurai. He could have easily out-skirmished me, so there was absolutely no point in him running away. He had the woods, he had more skirmish units, so you tell me why he ran away. I wish I knew. I just wanted to show you this because some people think that running away in and of itself is a good strategy. Like, oh, if you make your opponent run around, you're going to end up getting a bunch of kills. And I don't think that this guy realized that that wasn't the case. And he doesn't have his matchlock samurai in loose formation right here either, so they're going to get pretty much pummeled by my own. Let's get a close-up on these guys. Some pretty nice effects. I think, yeah, my first unit of matchlock samurai finally routed. There they go, they have 5 men left. So, I mean, they hung in there a long time. I was proud of them. Geez, sorry about my voice. I'm trying to hold it. There we go. Yeah, so my opponent finally decides to stand his ground. And what doesn't make sense to me is why now and why here. He chose to stand his ground in a place where he has no terrain advantage. And he's been running away the entire battle. And now what's funny is that as soon as I move to outflank my opponent, which I do right here, I put units on his flanks. This is the one time that he doesn't run away, and it's the one time when he should have run away, because he just allowed me to outflank him. So I'm honestly confused by my opponent's tactics. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just being honest here. I don't understand his tactics, and so now I'm getting all kinds of my experienced veteran samurai units into combat with him. No, but don't get me wrong, my opponent hasn't lost this battle, not by any means. He's got better units out here on this flank, so he's going to win that fight. He's got a better unit here, he's going to win that fight. And here, he has better cavalry than me. He's got 3 units of them. But rather than come and focus on all my cavalry and kill my general, he let me lure his men right here through this patchy spear wall Ashigaru unit, so they get all caught up. And I did that on purpose because I knew his men would pathfind through there. And so then I just countercharged right back into his horses. And his other horse unit, he actually charged through the back of his own men, right into my men. And I don't think that was really the best use of him, because you can see he actually routed his own men. But once these horses got into melee combat with my men, they actually started doing pretty good. So yeah, anyway, you can see that he's clearly winning the fight on this flank. But over here on this flank, he's not doing quite as well. And in the center, I've pretty much messed him up. But he charged his general in there, trying to make it right. And I have to say that you know, it did a pretty good deal of damage. Right here is where he made a critical mistake. He let his general come right up in the midst of my cavalry and stuff. And so I charged his general, knowing that if I could just kill him real quick, it would be a knockout blow that would end the game. And sure enough, there goes his general right there. And it couldn't have been better timing, because me bringing all those matchlock samurai units, of course, it cost me a lot of money. And so my opponent technically had better infantry than me. But you can see I was able to win that fight, though, because he allowed me to outflank him, and also because he allowed his general to get in a dangerous position. So he did all of that running just to finally come back to pretty much where he started, and to lose the battle there. So Air's lesson is here in this video, don't run away unless there's a purpose. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to show you this because I thought it was kind of funny. Again, I'm not trying to be mean to my opponent. I just didn't see the sense in him running away all that time, just to end up basically fighting the battle where we would have fought it originally. Yeah, it didn't really make a lot of sense to me. But if you have comments that you think I'm wrong, then by all means, throw it in the comments section. I look at all my comments, so it won't go unnoticed. Hope you enjoyed the battle, though. It was a close one. Kudos to my opponent. He played well, in my opinion, at least other than the running away. But when he stood and fight, he fought well. And I got one more fun battle for you. I'll be bringing you that in a moment after I splice in the results footage for you.